Imagine you're sitting in a cafe on Earth, sipping a latte while the TV blares the news. Elon Musk has once again declared his intention to send humanity to live permanently on Mars. Well, who hasn't heard that line before, right? But this time, there was something different in Elon's eyes. It wasn't just dreaming. It wasn't science fiction anymore. This time, he was dead serious. A few years back, people would roll on the floor laughing whenever Elon talked about building a self-sustaining city on Mars. They said he was crazy. They called him the real-life Iron Man, but never truly believed Iron Man would actually pack up a fleet of Teslas and launch them into space like a breeze. And then, SpaceX was born. The Falcon took flight. The Starship, massive like a kid's toy rocket, except this one was real, was ready not just to launch satellites, but to launch humans. Does Elon have so much money he's planning to build a gas station on Mars? One sarcastic internet user commented. But Elon didn't reply. He acted. At a special press conference, he stood on stage like a conductor leading a symphony of the future. Behind him, an image of a ravaged Earth, chaotic climate, water shortages, and humanity with nowhere left to go. And then Elon spoke, voice calm but heavy with meaning. We can't put all our eggs in one basket. If humanity wants to survive, we need a second planet. Silence. No one knew whether to laugh or be afraid, but deep down, everyone felt it. Maybe he was right. Elon unveiled the greatest plan in human history, the Mars Genesis Project, a city on Mars. Its name, New Tesla Prime. It sounded like something out of an RPG, but no, this was real. A closed-loop city, solar-powered, electric vehicles, aeroponic farms, and free Wi-Fi. Elon's team began recruiting engineers, doctors, chefs, plumbers, and TikTokers. Don't be surprised. Someone had to vlog life on the red planet after all. Living modules were launched into orbit. The oxygen filtration system passed testing. The refueling station on the moon's orbit went live. And the world went silent. No one called Elon crazy anymore. They called him the only dreamer with a budget big enough to make dreams real. One day, Elon walked into the mission briefing room, wearing a spacesuit, smiled, and said, "I'll be the first to live on Mars. Who's coming with me?" And the answer? A line of people outside SpaceX HQ carrying suitcases, iPads, and even lint rollers, ready for the longest journey in human history. The journey began with a countdown. 10, 9, 8. It was no longer just a dream. Over 150 passengers boarded the Starship spacecraft, their faces a mix of excitement and mild panic. Some brought stuffed animals. Others clutched their favorite pillows. And Elon Musk? He walked in completely unfazed, dressed in a spacesuit designed like a Paris fashion runway outfit, with the SpaceX logo gleaming like a galactic championship trophy. 3, 2, 1, ignition. The engines roared. The Earth itself seemed to tremble. Starship lifted off, leaving behind a white trail like a slice through space-time. Everyone held their breath. Someone screamed, "I forgot my phone at home!" Laughter erupted in the cabin. The pressure increased. Elon's face stretched like he was in a luxury massage chair, while a TikToker in the back row live-streamed, "Hey Earth, we're heading to Mars. If I don't come back, don't forget to like and subscribe." After 3 months in space, where meals came from aluminum tubes and zero-gravity chess was the main form of entertainment, they arrived. Mars appeared, fiery red, cold, and desolate. The landing base, New Tesla Prime, sat in the middle of a crimson desert, surrounded by dunes like something out of The Martian. But there was no Matt Damon. There was Elon Musk. They touched down, light footsteps, but a giant leap nonetheless. "Welcome to Mars!" Elon raised his hand. "No Starbucks here, by the way." The kids burst into laughter. A girl in a hoodie with a Dogecoin print shouted, "Then I'll open the first bubble tea shop on Mars." No one disagreed. The first few days were chaos. People had to learn how to survive in an artificial atmosphere, farm using recycled water from their breath, and endure the loneliness of a night without crickets, only the haunting whistle of interstellar wind. But gradually they built something extraordinary. A crescent-shaped city rose from the Martian soil with greenhouses, laboratories, recreation zones, and even a theater called Zero-Gravity Cinema. There, Elon Musk remained the soul of it all. He didn't command, he suggested. He didn't force, he inspired. Every morning, he would start with a simple question. What will you do today to make Mars more livable than it was yesterday? And people began to plant, to love, to create. They were no longer passengers. They were citizens of the Red Planet. However, just when everything seemed too peaceful, something strange happened. A survey team discovered a strange signal underground, not from Earth, not from lost data, but a signal from another life form. From deep below, something was waking up. Elon stood before the screen, staring at the shifting graphs. His brow furrowed, his hands slightly trembling, but his lips still curved into a smile. I guess we're not the first ones to live here. In that moment, silence fell. No one laughed, no more bubble tea, no more tick-tock, only the sound of hearts pounding and a question echoing in everyone's mind. Are we really pioneers or intruders? That night, the new Tesla Prime station seemed to hold its breath. No one slept. Beneath the ground, signals grew stronger and stronger. Clearly, something was drawing near. And then, the ground shook. It wasn't an earthquake. It was something rising up. A massive structure, like an ancient temple, emerged from beneath the red sands. Its stone surface was smooth and glowing with a strange blue energy, as though it had been programmed by some ancient intelligence. Elon and the team of scientists approached, his spacesuit now covered with small jet armor, just in case. They needed to run. The stone door opened. A cold, dense fog poured out. The space fell silent. And then, they saw it. A creature nearly 2 meters tall, with a silver-colored body, glowing eyes, and no weapon. It slowly stepped forward. It didn't attack. It didn't speak. It just stared at Elon, as if it had been waiting for him for a very long time. Elon whispered, "The universe isn't a place to dominate. It's a place to understand each other." But things were not that simple. Behind the first creature came an army. Hundreds, thousands of identical creatures poured from the ground like a moving biological wall. They didn't shout. They didn't fire weapons. They just stood and watched. And then one of them approached. From its body, a hologram device flew out, displaying an image of Earth, then exploded. The message was clear. They didn't trust humans. They knew humanity would bring war, viruses, and chaos. Elon swallowed. He hadn't brought an ambassador. He hadn't brought an army. The only thing that could save him now, sincerity. He moved forward, slowly. He removed his astronaut helmet, revealing his tired face, but one still filled with determination. "I didn't come to take over. I came to start over." The silence stretched on like an eternity. And then, something no one expected happened. The leading creature bowed its head. The whole army followed suit. A light enveloped the space. From the ground, an energy source radiated, not destructive, but regenerative. The next day, on the red sand dunes, humanity and the Zinthar, the name they called themselves, began to build the first interspecies city in the history of the universe. No longer New Tesla Prime. Now, it had a different name, Nova Terra, New Earth. There, humans learned to share technology. They learned the language of light. They learned how to listen instead of just speaking. And of course, they also learned how to eat alien soup without getting diarrhea. Elon Musk became a symbol of a new chapter, not because he was rich, not because he was smart, but because he dared to start what no one else dared to try. A Martian boy once asked him, "Uncle Elon, were you the first one to step on their planet?" He smiled. "No, I was just the first to knock on the door and not run away. The universe is still vast. Mars is still red. But from what was once a deadly desert, humanity found what they had forgotten for so long: hope. And so, a new era began."